Welcome back, everyone interested in teaching ESL. In part 1, I discussed how important it is to teach the language skills of reading, writing, speaking, and listening separately in lower and intermediate level ESL classes. In other words, even if you are assigned to teach all 4 skills in your course, it's best not to try to integrate them around a single topic or theme. Now, I'm going to tell you about an exception to all that. There is one content area that makes it possible to help students improve their speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills, and at the same time learn information that is very stimulating for almost all students. I need to point out something very important first. This is for higher level or advanced students. Working with integrated skills using this content can better mirror the types of classes students will take in regular non-ESL college courses. And as you probably have guessed from the title of this video, the subject area is CrossCultural Psychology. In it, we study why people in different cultures have the customs that they do. And as I said, it can be very stimulating and even life-changing for students. Just this month, I received an email from a Vietnamese student whom I had taught back in 2014. She wrote me from Vietnam recently, and it said, "From my heart, I feel so grateful to have been in your class and learned about cross-cultural psychology. This is the very first foundation that helped me go through the difficult time in the States, the whole reverse culture shock and other matters relating to norms and behaviors. Several other ESL students have told me that they now understand why they were confused by their American roommates or host family or teachers, and even people from their own countries. They said that before studying this, they used to think people in foreign countries behaved the way they do because they were just weird. Now they understand that people have good reasons for behaving as they do. And this understanding has helped them in their relationships with people from other countries, whether it is living among them or when traveling." Some students told me some specific and challenging cross-cultural experiences that they had. For example, an Asian student was sharing an apartment with an American roommate. He thought that anything that was in the refrigerator would be shared by both of them. But the American told him not to take any food from the refrigerator that was on his shelf. After studying cross-cultural psychology, it makes perfect sense that he would do that. Many students from Eastern countries told me that how often American people in America compliment them about something, like their clothes or something interesting that they had said. They felt kind of uncomfortable getting compliments because they said that people rarely compliment each other in their cultures. From studying cross-cultural psychology, they learned why complimenting is an important socializing tool in some countries, but can cause problems in others. A very common point of confusion involves the custom of telling opinions directly or indirectly. For example, if you ask a person from a certain country, "Would you like to go to a classical concert tomorrow?" she might say, "Maybe I would." She would know that anyone from her culture would understand from her indirect response that she really didn't want to go. It would be hard for her to directly say, "No, I don't like classical music." There is an important reason why being direct in some cultures is vital, but being direct in other cultures is just as important. Even smiles can be confusing. In most Western cultures, we smile when we are happy, but in many Asian cultures, people will smile not only when they are happy, but also when they are embarrassed or upset or when they disagree with somebody. all of these are there are interesting reasons for this. At the same time, they would be confused when an American would smile at them. For example, when one of my students approached a bus stop, she said it was common for people who were waiting at the bus stop here in the States, and they would look at her and smile, even though they were strangers. At first, this made her feel uncomfortable, but after studying cross-cultural psychology, she said she actually started to enjoy it. Many Westerners wonder why Asian students seem to do so much better in math than people from other countries. There's actually a cultural attitude toward effort and talents that can help us understand this. Shyness is another interesting area. Actually, Asians and Westerners, they both think Asians are generally shy. But it's not quite that simple. By understanding the basis for this misperception by both Asians and Westerners, we can better know how to approach people from different cultures. These are just some of the interesting reasons for cultural differences that we can explore in cross-cultural psychology. So at this point, you might ask, what's so special about cross-cultural psychology that makes it a good subject for an integrated skills course? How is it different from other subject areas like climate change or recycling or social justice? In my next video, part 3, I'll explain all the factors that make cross-cultural psychology the best for higher level ESL integrated courses. And then in part 4, I'll share with you some cross-cultural psychology materials that you can use with your students. See you next time.